everyone. It is I, your host, Sir Graham Milquetoast, here reporting live from outside Buckingham Palace, where we can report that the Queen is still dead.
Hey man, since you're at Spirit Halloween, can you, grab me a new Jerry Curl wig? I really need one of those.
And for whom shall I be grabbing this wig?
The one, the only Rocky Hardy, a.k.a. Volcano Hands, a.k.a. Perry the Platypus, a.k.a.
I shall grab it for you, Rocky Hardy, from Belt Upon Buckle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right, Jesus. Let's go.
I have terrible news. I think it's illegal for me to participate in this bit.
What?
Sir Graham Milquetoast is interested in why?
Family historical reasons?
Look, unless your family personally tossed the salad at the Queen, I'm not sure why he couldn't participate.
We're from, it's a long line of royal accountants, actually.
Royal accountants?
I have a coat of arms and everything.
Oh my god.
There's a town named after us.
You know what, Teagues would be a fucking British noble or whatever.
One of my ancestors was an archbishop.
Do you have to go on a quest to find the sword, Teagues? To lead the nation or whatever? You gotta make the fucking transmutation circle or some bullshit?
They're buried in a church and everything. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god.
Do you ever think that they just started burying people in churches because they were lazy?
Maybe.
They're like, why take him outside?
They had to build the church first.
They built the church, and then they realized it was too cold outside to bury the body, so they just started prying up the floorboards and stuck them underneath.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyway, I have a cinnamon roll and a cup of tea this morning.
I have a Red Bull and a Kolash.
I learned about corpse roads since we last had a show that I was there.
Corpse roads.
Corpse roads.
What is a corpse road?
A corpse road is a very, very old English phenomenon.
Okay.
So the way it would work is churches that would come into existence, they would be granted dispensations by a parent church that allowed them to exist. And there was money associated with different things that a church got to do. And one of the things was the right to bury people was one of the things that was most profitable for a church. So when a church would grant dispensation for some smaller rural community to start a church, one of the things that they would not do is grant dispensation to bury the dead. And so that would mean that the people who were members of that church couldn't bury their dead at their local church. That would mean that they had to carry the body to the parent church that had granted dispensation. And so these paths came into existence that were literal footpaths that were designed for pallbearers to carry a box down. We're talking in most cases dozens of miles, and they would have wooden flagstones on either side of the path every once in a while, so that way people could put the coffin down and rest. And so there are these paths that are worn from hundreds of years of people carrying coffins by foot to a church that was nowhere near where they lived, because that church would not grant their church the right to bury people.
Wow, the past was kind of ass, dude.
Yeah. And so there's all of these very specific, interesting traditions around people thinking corpse roads were haunted.
I was literally about to just try to make a joke about a spooky haunted road.
Yeah, and so there's all of this stuff about what would happen to families, if what would happen to people if they couldn't like what would happen to people if they couldn't find someone to carry their dead down the corpse road, and what would come of people if there was no one to carry them, and people thinking that like the coffin resting stones along the way were things that like the souls of the dead would get like bound to, and it's a whole thing, and there are still some corpse roads that were so well traveled, like 700 years ago, the walking paths are still worn, and like they still look like a footpath, like today, and you could like walk the path and you can see the stones along the side for resting and shit. Like it's fucking wild. By the way, I'm not your Graham Milquetoast. I'm Brian Cartwright, and that is Tegan Somerset. Yeah.
It's me.
Yep. And this is Impossible Coin, a podcast about the death of the Queen and Corpse Rose.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Yes, Queen.
Yes, Queen. Yeah. No. Do we have to give that back? Do we have to change it? Is the auto now Yas King?
Oh, no. It's the I was giving a solemn Yas Queen. Like,
a solemn Yas Queen. Oh, okay. I see. In memory.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch King Charles's speech? Did you see it?
I did not.
It was very good. I watched it. It was very good.
Okay.
I was pleased
with how well it was. Did he say, "I'm done being king. This seems bad. I'm going to give back all of these stolen jewels to various like former colonial holders"?
No. This is the monarchy we're talking about.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. It was just it was a very good, like, grounded, I mean, as grounded as, you can be when you're aristocracy who believes in the divine right to rule, like, it was a very grounded, like, very solemn speech that didn't sound like a blithering idiot wrote it. So, it was nice.
Oh, did he say something like, the United Kingdom finds itself in the throes of a energy crisis, and that we're heading into a winter where over half of our country will be unable to heat its homes because of cost is unacceptable, and so I have challenged Parliament to create price controls that will protect the citizenry now.
Again, no, this is the British monarchy.
Okay.
No.
So what you're saying is he managed to like walk out without having his dick out of his pants or nothing?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no, it was just nice. It wasn't, it was a feel-good speech. It wasn't like of any true substance. That's later. First they have to do their mourning period, and then they can start doing things of substance. Imagine though, Queen Elizabeth met the new prime minister and then kicked it. Like, nice.
That was when I knew she was about to fucking die, when she met Liz Truss, because historically, the monarch has always because the way the tradition goes is the monarch asks the person to form a government. Like that's they're like, please form a government. And so, and that
please do the governing. Thank you.
Please do the governing. And tradition is that this always happens at Buckingham Palace. Mm-hmm. And so when they're like, the Queen will receive Liz Truss at Balmoral, and they're going to fucking chopper Liz Truss up to Balmoral, I was like, oh, she's about to die.
Yeah, she's gonna kick it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like...
Yeah, that was a pretty good... When they were like, yeah, no, we're doing that at Balmoral this year, I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, hang on a sec.
Yeah. But my favorite thing that has emerged since the death of the Queen, though, is completely hilariously inappropriate displays of capitalism in the wake of her death. One is a shot from inside of a McDonald's in London, where they have...
Oh, yeah, with the in memory of the Queen?
Yes!
On the fucking menu?
Yes!
God.
Like, where they had, like, replaced, you don't order from a human anymore in this fucking McDonald's. It's like a self-order kiosk.
It's a kiosk?
Right. And so, like, there's the order yourself kiosk in the McDonald's, and it's, like, this, like, very solemn, like, black screen with white text, and it's, like, in honor of Her Majesty the Queen, and I'm just like, oh my god. Jesus.
I will eat a cheeseburger in honor of Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh, God.
My favorite thing that has come out since the Queen's death has been everyone discovering that the guy who wrote the crab rave music is Irish.
I mean, alright. Shout outs to the Irish.
Good for them. Oh, they had a blast.
I was, like, sincerely considering getting on a plane and just, like, partying in Ireland for the weekend. Like, I didn't care what it cost. And then I looked at it and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe this isn't the right move. So I just bought some Guinness instead.
Yeah, fair.
It was really wild to see, like, African Twitter and Irish Twitter fucking Voltron up. Like, I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like, that's actually my favorite part of all of this. Just the absolutely irreverent, hilarious tweets that were going on.
Oh my God.
They've been fire. The memes, fire. Absolute.
Oh,
10 out of 10. My favorite thing was, like, the way I found out was I was looking on Twitter, and it was like, Sans Undertale has won the Tumblr Sexy Man poll. And then 2 posts later, I can't believe Sans Undertale killed the Queen. And I was just like, what? What happened?
Oh, man.
It was like Destiel becoming canon all over again. Like, the amount of whiplash I experienced.
So much. Such a lot. Such a lot. I was in a meeting at work, right? Mm-hmm. And it was one of those things. Yeah, and like, it was also like a meeting that I was like, facilitating. And so,
okay, so you were in charge of it,
right? And so it was one of those things where I'm like, I could say something, but that would betray that I have a Twitter tab open. I'm like, fuck it, let's do this thing. I'm like, hey, everybody, Queen dead. Queen dead.
In case you're wondering, breaking news: Queen kicked it.
Oh, man.
Good job, internet. Though, honestly, the Spirit Halloween poster across the front of Buckingham Palace, like not even an hour later. Good. Someone had that waiting.
The one that I saw, like, as quickly, and I don't think I sent this one to you guys, there was one, and it was Charles, and it was Charles running, and I don't know where they found a photo of Charles running, but he was holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like, he was cashing in Money in the Bank.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, all the money has to get collected. Mm-hmm. They have to turn it all in now. And get new money.
Okay, so Tegan, I don't know if that is a segue that means that, like, you do not know what the thing is that I just said is. There's a phenomenon in the WWE.
Oh,
okay.
Nope, didn't know about that. I just know that they're gonna have all their new money printed.
Okay.
Because it needs Charles's face on it now instead of Her Majesty's.
Yep. So, once a year they have this pay-per-view called Money in the Bank. Mm-hmm. And it is and the main event is a ladder match where there is a briefcase suspended above the ring, and whoever climbs the ladder and gets that briefcase has a, quote, contract that they can cash in at any time for a title match within the next year. That they can.
I'm very glad that a ladder match involves an actual ladder. This is very exciting news for me.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yep. And so the idea is that people who have the Money in the Bank briefcase will suddenly become champ because they will likely cash in on somebody who's in like a rough state, meaning like somebody who's just had a match and so they're very tired, like, you know, like cashing in Money in the Bank generally means that like you're going to win because you're cashing in on somebody who's fucked.
Gotcha.
And so, like, showing Charles with the Money in the Bank briefcase, I was like, oh, lol, get it? Like, she's already dead. I think some of my favorite reactions, too, were people imagining, like, oh, so does this mean that, like, you know, did Margaret Thatcher keep a seat open for her at hell? Or I saw a post that was like, was Diana waiting with a sock full of quarters for Elizabeth to show up?
Diana, open these pearly gates right now! God, that one was good. Sorry. Everyone mourns in different ways. But also, we are of the former colonies, so get fucked.
Hamilton on the West End in London had a fucking had a minute of silence in honor of the Queen, and people were like, "Does anybody seen Hamilton?" Like before they decided to do this, they like,
oh my god, seriously?
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Okay, sure. Sure.
My favorite comment on the post from the official Hamilton Twitter account was, "She won't be back." And I was like, yep, that's good. That's good. Lots of weirdos being like, can't we just skip to Will? Why does it have to go to Charles? And I'm like,
because those are the rules that they made up. That's why.
Well, I mean, arguably, if the rules are made up, why can't we make them up so that William can go? I think they have a point, actually. I mean, I think all of this is stupid, but I think they have a particular point there.
This economy has been so hard, though. Charles is 73, and he just had to get a new job.
No, Teague, you're reading it wrong. It's been 73 years, and he finally gets to live out his dream. To have a real job.
A real job! You're right. I'm sorry.
Do y'all know about Charles's fucking fake town?
His fake town?
Yes. Okay. All right.
What is the fake town?
Let me make sure I get the name of this.
I'm very excited to hear about this fake town now.
Stupid. Let's see here. Charles fake town, England. That should get it for me. I don't think it would find it. Oh yes, Poundbury. I'm glad that I put in fake town, and he was like, "Yeah, you want Poundbury, baby." Poundbury is a experimental planned community in Dorchester. The development of Poundbury is led by the Duchy of Cornwall.
Oh, okay.
And the urban planning has been done by King Charles III when he was Prince of Wales and owner of the duchy. Let's see here.
Is it just a place where he can practice being king?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He got his own play pretend town so that he could practice being king.
That's
so cute.
That's the one.
Oh, that's so cute. To be fair, though, if I were also going to have to be king one day, I would probably want a practice town that I could try making proclamations and stuff in so that I didn't get nervous on my first day of my real job.
Jesus Christ.
That's so cute.
Let's see here. Attractions and landmarks in Poundbury. Due to Poundbury's unique-looking buildings and plan, the town has been visited by architects, government officials, planners, house builders, developers from around the world. Tourist attractions include Queen Mother Square, which has a statue in honor of Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother.
So his grandma.
Right.
Not even his mom.
Right. In 2016, the Queen Mother statue was unveiled by the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh. Also in 2016, a pub was opened named Duchess of Cornwall Inn in honor of Camilla. Yeah. In 2018, licensure was granted to Poundbury's first church, Dorchester Community Church. Yeah. So, he didn't even finish fucking building this thing. It's not scheduled to even be done until 2025.
Oh.
So, I wonder what will happen now to Pound Town. Wither Pound Town. What?
Well, I think now it belongs to his son, technically, right? It's William and Kate's.
Yeah.
Maybe Maybe they'll let George run around in it. That'd be cute.
Kneel before me!
Oh my god.
Yep.
You're laughing. A royal necromancer just got fired, and you're laughing.
Jesus Christ.
I think some of my favorite jokes are the Game of Thrones themed ones. The family has been summoned to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
The one daughter-in-law is not welcome. The child-abusing son is not welcome. But enough about Game of Thrones. Various bits like that, you know.
Right.
You know, like, and also any given joke where they like focused on like how fucking inbred as fuck that family is. You know.
I had a coworker that didn't understand the concept of royal inbreeding, and I nearly had a psychotic break. It was a bad time.
How do you really?
Yeah.
How do you not?
Well, like, to be fair, you know, he has had he had a life divorce from like royalty in general, which is fine. But English is also not his first language, so like he probably just hasn't like really dug into it or like really messed around with that fantasy too much. So like that makes sense. But I was just like he was saying, it was like, yeah, but what's it called? The like Charles is supposed to take over, right? And he'll just like be there for like, nah, dude, there's no way he's gonna make it more than like 10 years, not after all the inbreeding. And he's just like, what do you mean by inbreeding? And it's like, you know, I was like, yeah, like I drew a Punnett square and everything because, you know, I'm that asshole, but like it was really
It's still important.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, in the new Assassin's Creed game, you get to assassin around Buckingham Palace. That's the hot tea, right?
Well, I want to know how the death of the Queen is going to affect the Splatoon 3 meta. Like she died like the day before the game came out. It obviously affected the day one patch.
God. Oh, so fun fact, if you're playing Splatoon 3 right now, as of today, as of really 2 days from release day, if you beat the boss in the story mode and then remove your Switch from the dock, it will erase your story mode progress.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
The final boss for Splatoon 3 for the story mode is bugged, and it's erasing people's data if they remove their Switch from their docks, while it's, like, after they complete it. I don't know why. It's weird.
Okay.
But yeah, don't do it. Maybe don't do story mode immediately. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Or, like, you can do the story mode, just don't fight the final boss for a bit. You know, it's probably patched by the time the show comes out, but who knows?
Yeah, fair enough.
I think, was it? Oh, okay, yeah, it was Binge Edwards, who is a kind of like a technology writer I follow, who's like, he's like, my kids like Splatoon 2, and so I bought them Splatoon 3, and they were very excited. And they probably played it for 2 minutes and then went back to playing Minecraft. That is my Splatoon 3 review.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I've seen an awful lot of discourse saying, like, Splatoon 3 feels like just, like, more Splatoon. And so, like, I don't know. That seems like a good opportunity to have one of those, like, big idea, I should have an edible conversations that we sometimes have on this show, which is like, what do people want from sequels in general?
What do you want from a sequel?
I don't know. Like, I feel like, because I feel like criticism levied at it just saying like, oh, well, it's just more Splatoon. Is that fair? Is that fair criticism? Or like what does a sequel need to bring to the table to like justify its existence?
I don't know. I feel like it have to have some connection to what came before it.
Right.
should say something about the original work and, you know, usually attempt something new.
Yeah, like, and when I thought about this, like, it was like easy to do. Like, I kind of like laid like the ideas that you're talking about over the Mario series, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like Super Mario 3 introduced like the idea of an overworld map where there was like paths you could it wasn't necessarily just like a.
It wasn't linear.
It wasn't a
branches.
linear. Yeah, it wasn't always a linear progression. Plus, in Mario 3, it introduced the idea of like an inventory that you could access in the overworld map, which is like wild. And Mario World introduced the idea of like mount, like you could get a mount, which had like a different tool set than just like running around on foot. Like if you have this thing, you can eat stuff with him. And also it introduced like, the idea of like whole secret worlds and like massive shortcuts, which is like also like super wild. Mario 64 takes the thing entirely into 3D and gives Mario a punch. Like Mario has never like been able to just fucking like lace somebody out beforehand, but all of a sudden in like Mario 64, dude can punch. He's got a punch button. That's wild. It's crazy. You're punching Goombas in the face. Before you always had to jump on them Goombas. Now you can punch the Goomba. So like yeah, like each game like offers this like layered growth like mechanically over the previous ones, and as much as I've like dunked on Mario Sunshine on this show, Mario Sunshine did still manage to do what we're talking about here. You know, like it was like, okay, now Mario has this like water backpack, which is like he has a sentient water backpack that can talk to him, and you know he has all this mechanics around like using the water backpack. So like I guess like if that's what we're talking about is like the bar for like a sequel, are there other ways to approach a sequel? Are there other things that one can do in a sequel? Like as opposed to like mechanical expansion that comments on previous entry. Can a sequel justify itself narratively? Like, do you not need to necessarily expand on mechanics if like what you're doing is like a plot progression thing? You know, like I think that the Sad Dad game where everybody's a plant zombie is mostly mechanically similar to like Sad Dad 2. But like Sad Dad 2 is like mainly like a plot progression of like Sad Dad 1. And this is something where Tegan should be able to weigh in. Horizon, the Horizon series.
Hang on, I don't know what game is Sad Dad 2?
I'm guessing The Last of Us?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never played The Last of Us, so...
But he wants you to weigh in on Horizon, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about Horizon, though?
Okay, well, like, Horizon 2.
I guess. Yeah.
Horizon 2, Horizon the Revenge.
It was good.
Okay. So, did it feel like a sequel that, like, should exist and justify its own existence?
I don't think a sequel has to justify its own existence. I think if people like the game and want more of the game in the world, that's enough of a justification. I don't think you have to add additional mechanics or continue an original story that started in a different game.
Okay, so, like...
I think you should be able to just have multiple games set in the same universe and not have to justify it other than people want to experience more of that universe.
Okay, that is a perfectly fine answer. That's what I'm trying to get at the heart of here. Because that is justification. If the answer is people just want more, like, then like, that is a justification. Like, the people want more. Was that the case in Horizon? Because I thought there was some...
Oh, no, it continued a plot. It
Yeah.
continued the plot that was set up in the first game. That's what Horizon Zero Dawn, or Horizon Forbidden West did.
Yeah.
But it also allowed players to experience more of the world by putting it in a different section of, like, the overworld map,
right.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
Like a part that we didn't get to go through the first time. And in the third game, we're going to get to go through another part. But a lot of people were actually upset that we didn't get really to spend any time in the original parts of the map. So, it doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to be able to please everybody. But, you know.
So, Splatoon Part 3.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm having a blast. Rocky, have you played it yet?
I have been playing Splatoon 3.
And?
I think it's cool. I like how they kind of let me get started, which is nice, because there are a lot of games, especially stuff that works in this vein, that kind of feels like it wants you to, you know, shake hands with everybody, bow before the queen. And, you know, now that the queen is dead, I can just play the video game, and that's cool. Like, the tutorial was, like, less than 5 minutes. I could jump into a match basically immediately. And then after just playing a couple, I can actually get a loadout that I'm comfortable actually playing with. And that was pretty sick.
I do like that it went, oh, you've already played Splatoon 2? And I was like, yeah. And it was like, cool. Do you want to import your game data so we can match you better? And I said, yeah. And it said, bet. Here you go. Also, here's some tickets. After you do one match, you'll be able to go get a gun you actually like. So you don't have to just fight with a splatter shot for 30 years.
Right, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's what it was. And, like, the Splatoon 2, I guess, like, they didn't have, like, a frame of reference for it. Or like, maybe they didn't think too hard about, like, the re-onboarding experience. But it looks like Splatoon 3 cares a bit more about it. People just want to get back to the game, and that makes sense.
The nice thing with the way that Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3 has been is since it's on the same system, there's an easy in-game way to be like, oh, I see you have data from the previous game. Where, because Splatoon was on the Wii U, there wasn't really a way to do that when you switch to Switch. You know? So I think that also would have, like, hindered the onboarding experience anyway.
One thing that I haven't heard enough about is that, like, I know I can definitely easily surface people who've, like, played Splatoon before and picking up Splatoon 3, and it's like, it feels like it's more of the same, but it's cool, because it's still Splatoon. I put 3,000 hours in that game anyways. Like, I know those people. I get it. But I want to know what it feels like for people Splatoon 3 to jump into it, specifically since people are, like, you know, being shifted out of, like, their matchmaking ranks. You know, they're not going to really play against the people that have 3,000 hours on their first game, because they're being match-made against people with similar experience. And so, like, I want to see, like, how that feels for them. Like, maybe they'll hit a wall later on, but, like, you know, walls in games like this make sense. They're actually important, I think, personally. But, like, the initial experience of just jumping into a game and then seeing how that feels compared to, like, you know, jumping into, like, day one COD lobbies and, like, you know, you're playing against, like, pros and, like, streamers or whatever, and you're just someone who's trying to decompress after work. I wonder if that's similar in Splatoon 3 or if it's something else.
That's a good point. I don't think I know anybody who's, like, new to Splatoon, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm going to spend a little bit of energy the next couple of weeks, like, seeing if I can surface those kinds of stories. But, you know, no promises.
I think that short of, like, some, like, radical departure for the series, that Splatoon has probably finally reached the place where, like, the people who are going to buy Splatoon know who they are, and the people who are not going to buy Splatoon know who they are.
Yeah, I think that's the big complaint about, like, the whole, like, sequel thing with this, right? Like, people see Splatoon 3's coming out, like, people who are either curious or, like, you know, not entirely sold on the concept. They look at it, this is more Splatoon. I feel like I made a decision about this a few years ago. I don't see anything to change that point. And so, like, while sequels are opportunities to try to bring in new audiences, like, Splatoon 3 seems to be comfortable to continue doing what it's been doing.
Right. There is a decision that a company can make because at the end of the day, this is nothing but a capitalist product. That they can decide whether they're interested in audience capture or audience retention. And this appears to be a audience retention game. Like, just make sure that the people who are already buying Splatoon are still Squid Kids.
So I do know some people who weren't sure if they were going to pick up Splatoon and did after the Splatfest.
Okay.
But they're people who who, like, were playing Splatoon and then, like, quit rather early on for one reason or another. So I don't know how that factors in to the rest of this.
I think that's retention. Like, if they were people who bought Splatoon 2 and then just fell off, they're still Splatoon buyers. Like, what's wild is, like, if for some reason I somehow bought Splatoon 3, which is not going to happen, retention. I'm technically retention. Because I bought Splatoon 2.
Sure. Then maybe retention may not be the best metric. But, that wasn't the thing we were talking about. It's not super important. I think Splatoon 3 is focused on retaining its player base, and that's fine. Because the Splatoon player base, generally speaking, is a fiercely loyal, deeply dedicated base. I hope Nintendo finds something, short of a capitalist enterprise, I hope that Nintendo finds a better way to service those people, I think. Because one thing that may happen is similar to something that happened like with Monster Hunter, where like they feed a base what they want, and they learn more about what makes them tick, and then they are better able to articulate the experience and bring it to new people. That seems like, the kind of goal that they would look forward to, which is like the jump that like Monster Hunter made from like the 3U series and like 4U and all like the portable stuff into something like World. Like World was something that they were trying to sell to everybody. Like that's really what it was. And while they didn't actually sell to everybody, they sold to way more people than they ever did before. And maybe something like that could happen with Splatoon. Like if they actually articulate what's cool about it and then understand like the key things that make it meaningful for people, maybe they can make a better pitch or like tune it in a way that like makes sense to people who are on the fence.
That, I might have an idea for the next advertising campaign for Monster Hunter, Rocky.
Okay.
Check it out. Monster Hunter. At least it's not Splatoon.
Wow.
I don't like it. It's not nice to Splatoon.
I don't actually get it, but that's fine.
I know I've complained on the show before about like Monster Hunter being like a impenetrable wall, and I'm like, I have no idea, like, what is this thing? Is it like a fishing rod, or is it a gun? I don't know. That kind of thing, and and as impenetrable as Monster Hunter is, it is nowhere near as impenetrable as Splatoon. So that was the bit. It didn't land. This is obviously, as they say in comedy, this is not the right room for that joke. But that was my bit about both Monster Hunter and Splatoon at the same time. So there we go.
Brian, when we stream Splatoon, I am going to make sure to show you where the tutorial is.
Oh, actually, they do that a lot earlier this time. Like, and I think it's actually a bit more like poignant. It's like, hey, you can go play multiplayer, go through those doors. But what's that guy up to? And you talk to him, and that's a single player campaign. That's it.
That's where you learn all the tech. Like, they get you the basics so that you can like get through the general like map part. But then they're like, that guy, he's staring at you out of the sewer. That's weird. Maybe you should go talk to him. He seems to want your attention. And like, that's where all the big tutorials are, where you can experiment with other weapons and stuff without getting your shit kicked in.
Wait, Teeks, has the zombies thing, how much do you have to like play multiplayer for it to be available? Or is it available immediately?
The zombies thing?
Where you're like doing the chum bucket thing. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, Salmon Run? You're talking about Salmon Run?
Thank you. Yeah, that
Salmon Run, they show you where Salmon Run is. And then if you go, the Grizzco Grizzly Bear says, when you're level 4, you can come work for me.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, okay, so level 4. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then if you when you hit level 4, which takes like 4 matches maybe, like in multiplayer, you can go up to him and he'll be like, are you a new employee or a returning employee? And if you say, I'm a returning employee because you played Splatoon 2, it goes, nice. So you don't need to go through the training handbook again, do you? And you can skip the entire tutorial for Salmon Run.
Nice. Which
is super great, but also I did the entire tutorial for Salmon Run because I was like, I want to know what the new bosses look like before I jump in.
Oh god, that's right.
It was good. They're good. The new bosses are interesting.
Okay. I saw a little bit of footage, but I don't know too much about it yet.
They're neat. I haven't fought a King Salmonoid yet, which is like the big boss. But the more, like, salmon runs you do, the more likely you are to have one spawn in while you're, like, working. And also there was a new thing that I saw the other day, which was very exciting, which was a tornado just dropped an entire, like, basket of fish eggs. And we just had to go, like, empty the basket of fish eggs and put them in our basket. But, like, obviously there was, like, a mob rush around it and that kind of thing. But they've introduced this new mechanic where you can throw the salmon eggs. So you don't have to, like, swim the entire way back. You can, like, bucket brigade them back.
Are they, like... Okay, so how good is the throw, though? Is it like the Buddy, the small fry? Or is it, like, Clam Blitz football?
It's closer to Clam Blitz football. You use ink to, like, push it further.
Okay.
But it does, like, if it hits a wall or something, it's just gonna stop there.
Okay.
And, like, sink down to the ground.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. I might try some of it this week. I'm not sure
Yeah,
yet.
it was fun! If you do, you should let me know. We can squad up.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
I like my inkling. I look cute. I have to download Splatnet again so that I can order more clothes.
Oh god, that's right. I forgot that integration's still there.
Isn't fresh anymore. I do have a sick hat though. Oh my god, I'm so excited. The first Grizzco hat is like a yellow holographic, or not a yellow holographic, a silver holographic hat.
Okay.
And it like shines like pink and blue and green. It looks so cool.
Oh, yeah.
I love it so much.
Oh, man.
Like, unironically. And also now, this is also new. In Salmon Run, you know how it gives you, like, the same piece of equipment every time?
Mm-hmm.
So what it does now is it'll show you which piece, like, it'll allow you to compare the piece that's currently in your inventory against the piece that you just got.
Okay. And
you can determine which piece you'd like to keep. And some of them are different, like, power ratings. So it'll be the same piece of, like, I got, my, like, third hat that I got was actually, like, a 2-star power rating and had all 3 of the, like, power-ups already filled in.
Huh.
And I was like, I will actually take that one. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And then the other ones you trade in for, like, extra, like, currency. Not a ton of currency, but, like, a little bit, you know?
I might actually have to spend some time with this shit.
My hat looks cool. My fit is fresh. No, it's not. It's not fresh at all. But it's going to be. I'm gonna look so cool. Trust you me.
Fuck it up, Deeks.
Brian, don't you want to look like a cool little squid kid?
Good. How about you guys are having fun?
I'm having so much fun. It's been great.
It's one of those things where, like, I recognize that this is a thing which is not for me. And that's cool. Things are allowed to not be for people. So, yeah. Although, one of my favorite holidays that happens every few years is the people posting their favorite shit posting from the lobby in Splatoon.
Yeah!
Yeah. Like,
those are good.
And that is a holiday I indulge in. You know, that is fun.
Have you seen anything particularly good yet?
I saw one where there's just some wall and like this, and there's like an NPC inkling like just standing beside the wall, and
Mm-hmm.
there like there's a, a there's a bubble that appears there that says "Don't pee here," and I'm very excited by the "Don't pee here" bubble. Like
Amazing.
yes, it's because like they didn't. It wasn't just like the crudely done with a finger on the touchscreen "Don't pee here." It was like they had done great work with it. Like they had obviously sat there and done like.
They took like the time to make it like a piece of art.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Right, and I'm like,
the people who do like literal works of art in the Splatoon lobby are the unsung heroes of the world. God, they're so good.
Yes. And so I very much enjoyed these super fancy "Don't pee here." It took like I think like day of launch I saw like a "Be Gay, Do Crime," which was like again just like top tier like art stuff, and I'm just like, man, like the people who sit down and go like, you know what, I'm gonna spend me the next 4 hours on like this thing which shows like a little squid jumping out of a pool of ink, like in this cool like arc, and then like there's like ink dropping from his like flight path, and the dropping ink forms the words "Be Gay, Do Crime," and it's going to be awesome. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like
you're like, yes, it is. Thank you for your service.
And the thing that I thought about Splatoon is like if Nintendo like was the kind of company that'd be willing to fully lean into the kind of like community that has like cropped up, like if the community and culture that has cropped up around Splatoon, people would lose their fucking mind. Like, can you imagine if like a Splatoon, like one of the Splatoon like idol type characters said in a game, "Be Gay, Do Crime"? Like people would just like shit themselves. Like if the spirit of shit posting it like actually pervaded the game, I think people would just like people would go crazy. Because as it is, like there's like this irreverence to Splatoon, but then there's this like whole like very very like united in style community feel. Like you get the sense from like the community posts that like there is a singular vibe. Like there doesn't really seem to be stuff that doesn't fit in with the lobby shit post. Like there is a certain type of person who plays Splatoon, and like or a certain type of person who's bothering to like add art to the lobby, and not really many people who like don't fit that vibe who are bothering to do it. And if Nintendo was like, okay, like what are the vibes put out by the lobby art? Like what do we keep on seeing here? Like is there any way that we could like lean into that and make the game more like what the community does with it? I think people would. Like, is Splatoon already T for teens, or is it E?
It's E for everyone.
Okay.
It's E10 and up, actually.
I'm just picturing the rated T Splatoon, and
what does that look like?
I think there's probably a little bit fresher language. I think there's probably some like maybe like the option to play an older squid as opposed to just a squid kid. Give the people squid teens. Maybe.
So people have been doing like size comparisons of the squids, and the squids are taller and lankier now than they were in Splatoon 1. And some of the like merch was in the last game. He was like a tiny sea urchin dude, and he's like grown up and he's got cool hair now. He still does the same like job, but he's like a young adult now. So there is a little bit of aging going on, but maybe not like nobody's putting like squiddies on the kids, you know?
Yeah. Oh.
Except in game art.
Yeah.
We don't talk about them.
There's an entirely different world of Splatoon going on elsewhere. Shout outs to various fan writing communities and deviant art, that's a whole other place. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going. I know what happens there.
Good idea. You know what we call this? Growth.
It only took 5.5 years of podcasting. What else is going on, y'all?
Rocky has Temtem.
Well, I've had Temtem. They officially did their 1.0 release, and I'm playing through the story again. Like, I started from the beginning, so I can do it for streams so people can see it. I think it's neat. I think it's a perfectly serviceable alternative to Pokemon. I think it does a lot of things that, like, focus more on, like, the end game, like, endless, like, playing things that people do with Pokemon that it's not necessarily designed for. I think it's thoughtful in its execution. I'm interested to see how the end game is, like, fleshed out and continues, like, over the rest of whatever their roadmap actually is. They don't have a public one right now. But I like it. I'm having a good time.
They're very cute. I am enjoying seeing it again from the beginning.
Mm.
I forgot how fun it is. Like, the little dudes.
I'm feeling really good about the experience. Like, it feels like an earnest attempt at a Pokemon MMO. And, like, there are, like, you know, people have been yelling Pokemon MMO at the Pokemon Company / Game Freak for decades now. And they've done little things to, like, you know, increase the scope of the social experience.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, you know, it's not quite an MMO, really. That's the thing. Like, I mean, it is technically, you know. You have online interactions. You can play with people all over the world. You can interact in, like, smaller scale engagements like battles or trades, or you can do larger ones like raids and whatnot. But it's not, I feel like it's not built for that explicitly. Like, it's not, this is an always pervasive world that you, like, interact with. And there are good and bad reasons for that, honestly. So I'm not going to hold them on it. But Temtem decides, like, we're an MMO first. Even to their detriment. Definitely in week 1, they had some issues where, like, the servers went down. One time on stream. And, like, when it goes down, like, you just can't play it anymore. Which is a thing that I'm still adjusting to with a game that feels like Pokemon. But they have a lot of ideas, and I'm very interested to see how they all play out in the long term. I do like the idea that it's a slower game than Pokemon. Like, it's meant for you to take to make more strategic decisions from the very beginning. It has a lot of systems that are designed to discourage you from just mashing your most powerful attack at all times just to burst through the thing. But I like it. I like being able to play this little, like, game of checkers that sometimes can evolve into chess against people and computers that are understanding and knowledgeable of those systems. I think it's neat. I'm having, you know, a good time.
How does it discourage? How does it do that? How it do?
So there's a couple of things. One, there's a stamina system as opposed to power points. Like in Pokemon, for example, you could use something like Fire Blast 5 times, right? In Temtem, there's 2 differences to that move. One, there isn't, like, a limited, like, power point system, but instead your Temtem has an amount of stamina that they leverage against those moves. So, like, Fire Blast would be something that would be an expensive stamina move. So, like, if you try to mash through it repeatedly, if you don't have enough stamina to pay for it, your Temtem will start taking damage for the difference between how much stamina you have and how much the move actually costs. And some of it's bad. Like, a really expensive move, if you have low stamina, can actually take, like, 3/4 of your health bar if you're not paying attention. And the game will, like, surface that to you. Like, when you, like, hover over the move, it'll flash, like, the amount of stamina it'll cost and how much HP it'll cost before you press the button to discourage you from doing that. But also, being a more powerful move, Fire Blast would be a part of their tempo system, where your moves aren't always available on every turn. Stronger or more, like, effective moves will actually be on this kind of like delay system where you can only use it, say, every 3 turns or every 1 or 2 turns. And it's like, it's not like a use it or lose it thing. Like if you get to the 3rd turn and you don't use Fire Blast, you can use it the next turn. But once you use it, you got to wait another 3 turns before you could use it again. And so what it does is that it has you like prioritize like your smaller moves or like moves that are less effective to try to build up to your more effective tools. And like the game asks you to like consider that strategically.
Okay. So it really it sounds like it functions like a throttling system.
Correct.
Okay. Like I was wondering whether it would be like a punish, a throttle, or a reward. Like
sure.
I'd be interested in like a reward system where like if you engage in combat situations using less than optimal tools, it like provides like a greater reward. And you're like, oh, okay, you took your little shitty Tim into battle. You took like Buka Buku and you used his like wizard slap attack. Like, okay, that's great. Here's extra experience or whatever. Like,
sure.
Yeah. Speaking of video games, I really wish Hearthstone would do that. Like, it's because I'm back in there.
Sure.
Welcome to the part of the show where Brian is exhausted and tired and talks about the Hearthstone meta. The Hearthstone meta is right now currently dominated by 3 classes, which are like I know when I'm on ladder, I'm reliably going to face like 3 decks all the time. I'm going to face Hunter. Yes.
Can I interrupt to ask a stupid question?
Yes.
When you say you're on ladder for your virtual card game, what does that mean? I know we've been doing the show for 5 years. I don't think I've ever asked.
That means I am participating in ranked play.
Okay, ranked play is specifically referred to the ladder. There is no physical ladder, unlike when there is a ladder in physical wrestling.
Correct, yes.
It's a metaphysical ladder.
Right. So, like,
metaphorical.
When I log into Hearthstone, there is ranked play and casual play. Think of them as the fuck around queue and the find out queue.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, and I play find out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Do you also play fuck around, or is this just the find out conversation?
I almost never play the fuck around queue.
Mm-hmm.
Because, all right, like I have a couple different reasons I never play the fuck around queue. Is that like the fuck around queue seems to be populated by 2 main groups. One are people who never play on ladder, and so like playing against them doesn't really do me any good.
Mm-hmm.
Like because like you log in and you're like, okay, I'll play in the fuck around queue, and you find some guy who's an actual potato, and he's just like, oh, should I play a taunt right now? I don't know, I'm an idiot. And you're like, okay, like I just like beat the ever living shit out of you, but like I'm not learning how to play my deck any better by whipping your ass. You know, like, and that's one type of person who logs into the casual queue. The other type of thing in the casual queue are bots that are just trying to collect the daily golds for the people who own the account.
Damn, no one else. Wild.
Yes, like casual is incredibly underpopulated because there are no incentives to play casual. Like the game incents people to play ranked, it incents people to play arena, it incents people to play like the auto chess mode, like which they call battlegrounds.
Sure.
Like, there are incentives all over the place to play like various different modes. There are zero incentives, like zero specific incentives to play casual. Like it's just
okay.
Rocky, it sounds like you have a thought.
I do, but
I'm
still
thought?
Listening.
Okay. So in ranked, like it's currently dominated by 3 decks. Face Hunter, which never seems to go away. And the current variation of Face Hunter has like what feels like an unlimited toolkit. So there is currently a active available quest that hunters can play, And the ultimate reward for the quest does things like make their hero power free, and if they cast a spell, it refreshes their hero power. And their hero power is do 2 damage to the enemy hero. So, like, they can reach a point where they can just stack cheap spells and do, like, 10 or more damage in a single turn just by casting the cheap spells and then hitting the hero power each time.
Okay.
So, in addition to, like, being a very aggro deck, all of a sudden they have a whole bunch of, like, combo burst potential.
Mm-hmm.
Which sucks. The other, like, top tier decks are, like, Ramp Druid, which also seems to never go away. And, like, the thing that Ramp Druid has always done is just get mana faster than other classes by playing cards which give the player more mana. But now, Druid has a quest which allows the Druid player to have more than 10 mana. Like,
neat.
Druids can now have up to 20 mana, which means that there are things that they can do as stupid combos.
Yeah, that would normally be too expensive for anyone else.
Exactly, and it's like, okay, like there is currently a card called Sire Denathrius.
Okay,
and what Sire Denathrius does is, he has a battle cry that the base of the battle cry is, do 5 damage to distributed amongst enemies randomly, which are lifesteal, just like as his battle cry. But the card has a feature called Infuse, Rocky.
Sure.
Infuse is when another minion dies while this card is in your hand, something happens to that card.
Sure.
And what happens to the card is that number that Sire Denathrius does as far as base damage as a battle cry increases. And so, like, what happens is that, like, the people who are playing Druid will put like cards into their deck that either make cheap minions or are cheap minions, so that way it just, like, it endlessly
fodder.
For feeding their Sire Denathrius. And so then they have Sire Denathrius, which is a 10 mana card, which normally can only be played by itself on its turn.
Sure.
But because they have fucking 20 mana now, they'll play another card called Brand Bronzebeard. And what Brand does is make all of your battle cries go off twice.
Yeah.
So then they brand, then they Denathrius you, and then, like, I just go to my backyard and stare at the moon. You know, like, that's what happened. Like, just, like, what the fuck? What the absolute fuck?
Brian, can I give you some difficult advice?
Sure.
Based on our conversations about Hearthstone up until this point, and what I know about, like, the way that these types of games with, like, multiple, like, paths of play, I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of your frustration with Hearthstone may be alleviated by playing more casual. Because I get it. No, I totally understand. Like, because I've had friends like this. That, like, for example, they struggle with League of Legends, where, like, they refuse to play anything but ranked, because ranked is the only place that they get any reasonable challenge. But the problem is that they don't play casual at all. And, like, they're 2 separate MMRs. And that's intentional. You don't want them to be the same MMR all the time. But the thing is that if you spend years grinding in ranked to get a consistent MMR where you're fighting opponents that are always at your neck, like, if you go back to casual and you're fighting against armless children because all the time that you put into your MMR in, like, ranked doesn't carry over, you're not going to have as good a time. But the thing is, if you, like, put time into casual, which arguably doesn't give you the incentives that, like, ranked can, what it does is that it gives you a free place to practice, and eventually it'll catch up to a space that is comfortable and challenging, but with less stakes.
Okay, so here, all right. Then I guess let's talk about more how, like, something else that happened since we've last recorded is Hearthstone did a thing, and I guess by Hearthstone I should say Blizzard did a thing. Blizzard, a division of Activision. They're like, hey everybody, introducing runestones.
Sure.
And I was like, what are runestones?
Valid question.
And what are runestones? Well, they are a new in-game currency.
Classic.
Yeah. So, one of the things that we have had since they rolled out their battle pass for Hearthstone, and I'm sure that people could dig through on the show and find times when they rolled out the battle pass,
we did the math. I remember.
I know I initially yelled about the battle pass, then I was like, you know what, the battle pass is actually decent value. Once they adjusted the XP rewards per level, it turned out I was doing pretty okay on the battle pass, and I was ending seasons with about 180 packs worth of gold.
Serious?
And meaning that I could just get 180 packs with the amount of that I had earned on the battle pass. And in addition, because I generally wouldn't need 180 packs, I would also be able to do stuff like buy new hero portraits with gold, or buy after each major expansion there's a mini expansion, which kind of complements the features of the major expansion.
Right.
And those are 30 fixed cards, which are bought as can either be bought as a set. You could either spend $20 on it or 2,000 gold. Sure. And I would always, because I would have something 18,000, 19,000 gold just laying around. Tossing out 2,000 gold for the mini expansion didn't seem like a big deal.
Right.
So it meant that I could get all of the cosmetics I wanted with gold. It meant that I could get the mini expansions with gold. And fucking getting the battle pass and then riding it out and using it on the shit I wanted actually seemed like a good deal. So then they're like, hey everybody, introducing runestones. You'll love runestones. And I was like, why will I love runestones? And they're like, well, check it out. They're like, runestones are Hearthstone's new currency for purchasing mini sets and cosmetics. And I'm like, so what you're saying is, they're like, that's right, buddy. You can only buy mini sets and cosmetics either with real world money, American dollars, or fucking runestones. And I'm like, great, how do I earn runestones? And they're like, well, that's the great part, Brian. You can't. There is literally no way to earn runestones. So why don't you just
only cash money?
So why don't you just fucking suck on our tits? And I'm like, wait a minute. So what is the point of there being another exchange currency there? They're like, well, we're glad you asked, Brian. So what the real point is here is if we have things in the store that are only priced as runestones, that obscures their actual real world cost. So what we're hoping you'll do is you'll dump money into fucking runestones like you would credits on a campsite, and forget how much money you spent, and just fucking die playing our stupid video game. And I was hot because I was like, because Rocky, guess what the currency is that you still earn the fucking battle pass?
Gold. It's still gold. Yeah,
it's still gold. So they're like, hey everybody, but you know what? You can still buy individual packs one at a time using gold. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Remember how I used to be able to buy hundreds of packs at a time using gold, where I would just be like, yes, please give me 80 packs,
right,
and pay with gold? They're like, well, Brian, you could still buy individual packs with gold. You just have to sit there pressing the button over and over.
Right, yeah.
Isn't that cool? What we've done is we've now made the only available use of gold frustrating. And we've taken away all of the other applications for gold. But guess what? You still earn gold on the battle pass. So please drink shit in hell. It's fun. And at this point, I'm
Brian, I hope one day you find a video game that's nice to you. A video game that cares about your needs and desires and feeds you the experiences that you come to get from it. I sincerely hope that for you.
I mean, I know that those things have existed in the past, Rocky, but
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I also recognize that they're certainly possible, but you know, like the thing is that like if I look at a thing that happens in the context of the world of video games,
Okay.
and I can't think of a reason that makes sense for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, why? I'm like, why? Why? That I understand that at some point, like the abstract answer is like money, and that somebody somewhere has thought about a way to fuck people,
Right.
and that I just have not figured out what like
They're
the
fucking
underlying.
them on?
Yeah, exactly. I haven't figured out the underlying logic yet. Is like when they introduce this thing that like the Ubisoft forward where they're just like check out this like Assassin's Creed launcher, and I'm like Ubisoft, you already have a fucking launcher, and they're like no, but this is like an in-game like in-world launcher. I'm like why do people need an in-world launcher? Like why do I need to run around like as a hoodie bro push knife motherfucker in order to launch another video game? Like why do I need to have a video game that launches a video game? Like, oh, now I know why. Money is the reason why. Money is the reason why I need to launch a video game within a video game. Like,
what? How is that money?
Well, one thing that they can do, since you are, a assassin asshole running around to like unlock the other game, is that they will offer you the option to dress up your assassin asshole, and for just for just a
literally as soon as you were like costumes, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I already feel my wallet itching. God damn it, I do like dress up.
and hey Tegan, if you were like, let's say that there's this overworld that allows you to run around and unlock the other whole games. And your assassin has, as described in the Ubisoft forward, your assassin has a hideout. Which you can.
I can decorate a hideout?
Yes, you can decorate.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh shit, hang on.
Tegan?
This is a bad thing. Calm down. Calm down, Tegan. We're talking about the negatives.
But that was it. That's all they really need to do. And the funny thing is, they only have to make new assets. Technically, they just have to.
That's the one. That's the
they
one.
Just take.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yep.
Nobody has to be crunched for it.
And so, like, all you gotta do is just, like, let these assholes run around in, like, Black Flag or whatever, and it's like, you know what? I think I like this barrel. I think I'd like it for my hideout in the over world. And then they just, like, oh, sure, you can have one for $3.99. And, like, that's it. And now they have it in their face.
$3.99 for a barrel? That's a great deal,
Oh,
I think.
I got a whole bunch
I don't
of
know how pirates work.
I got some fucking barrels surrounding my pyramid. I got a little pyramid for my house. Sometimes I sit on top of the little pyramid, and I jump to the barrel.
That sounds so good. Oh no!
Oh my god, Tegan, please.
I'm being marketed indirectly.
And Tegan, what if there was, I don't know, a fucking hoodie guy push knife monthly pass? You could run around and do missions in the overworld, and if you did enough stuff, then maybe you could access the new game early. But in order to do that, you have to buy the pass.
Fuck. If I liked Assassin's Creed, this would be a problem for me.
Good to know. Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh, gamers. I did it again. I fell for the marketing.
God damn it.
Right.
Well, it's okay. No, you know what? Sometimes people fall for the marketing. I can think of one example where Brian and I both fell for the marketing like fucking rubes. Brian, you remember a game created by Doinksoft, published by our favorite billion-dollar indie publisher, Devolver Digital, right?
Doinksoft. That sounds like a war crime. Let's see here.
Sounds like a war crime.
It does.
What? What happened? What game was this?
One second.
Okay, I'll give you a minute. No problem.
Let's see here. What did they do to us? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, all right. Doinksoft is how Rocky and I got lured into waiting 14 months for a box.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good box in their defense, but still.
Yeah, it's definitely a handsome box upon my shelf. But like,
oh no, it's on the shelf with Shin Megami Tensei 5. Brian Cartwright, come on.
Guys, can I be real?
Talk to me, bro.
Is this a place for like
sincere reflection? Yes.
That's the one. Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. So I want to talk a little about.
But first, you have to let us know it's sincere reflection, so we don't dig into you unnecessarily.
Yeah,
this is sincere reflection.
Oh, okay, for sure.
We're ready. We're ready. This is now an open and safe space.
Okay. There is something which has happened to me as a result of like following the business of the video game industry for 5.5 years. Like,
okay,
which is that like I watch everything that this industry does, and I'm repulsed, I'm disgusted, I'm disappointed. But one thing I can say is that I am no longer surprised that doesn't happen anymore.
Okay.
You know, like whether it's major multinational corporations abusing female employees to the point that they take their own lives, or people claiming in all seriousness that thumb drives contained cam shows of adults because they thought that they were magicians, or or a very recent thing, a non-profit which teaches young women like young high schoolers how to code, right? You know, like so that way they can, because the young women want, like sometimes like careers in STEM, or careers in the video game industry, like like there's this nonprofit called Girls Who Code, and they made this like big showy display of like, we're not doing business with Activision Blizzard because of their abuses toward women. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine, I'm on board with that. That seems to be a good thing. They're like, oh, by the way, we are literally having high school girls work on missile targeting systems for Raytheon that will be used. And I'm just like, oh my fucking god, like I can't write the villainy any better. Like it's just like just the way that like people will like casually like lip service toward because they recognize that something is the morally correct thing to do, like say not work with Activision Blizzard, but then they're not doing it because it's the morally correct thing to do. They're doing it because it's also publicly fashionable right now. Like they're not cutting that fucking contract with Activision Blizzard because they want to or because they think it's right.
Right.
They're doing it because they want to be able to say they did it. And like meanwhile, like let's have high schoolers working on missile targeting systems for a military contractor. Jesus Christ. Like what a fucking nightmare. And so like all of this stuff has really contributed to like a desire, Rocky, to like really just and take it. Like I just like I see games now, I see video games, and they like I actually have to work to care.
Okay.
And like it's one of those things where I play Hearthstone for like a couple hours a day every day, and then this company says like, you know what, you've been playing this game now mostly for like Hearthstone at this point is like pushing 8 years old. Yeah, you've been playing Hearthstone now for mostly 8 years, but because we are unable to retain our player base, we have to figure out how to squeeze everybody who's still playing harder. So fuck you, here come the runestones. But the worst part is that the runestones are never the worst part, because there's always like some system of abuse which is worse, whether it's to the developers, whether it's to the people who work in distribution, like say like when like GameStop is like telling people who make minimum wage to fight with cops to not close during a pandemic, or systems of abuse which are designed to like target people who only like play 2 video games a year because that's what their budget will that's what their budget and interest allow for. They're like, oh, okay, you only buy Call of Duty and Madden each year. How can we figure out how to fuck you harder? And it's just like, I look at this like this industry, and it's just nothing but like system of abuse after system of abuse, and it really it turns the taste of a lot of games to just ash in my mouth, and I'm struggling with that because I would love to love games again. I would. But like as it is right now, like I just like look at the industry, and I look at the need to keep up with the news of the industry, and all it does is fill me with a sense of absolute disgust. Which is, funny enough, a problem that I'm also having with wrestling, because like I watch what's going on in wrestling, and I see like the systems of, of abuse in that industry, because I follow the news there, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like I'm like, and like how do people like anything anymore?
They don't follow the news.
I guess that
is that the only fucking way? Because
no.
like okay,
I don't think that's the only way. I just think that's a very strong contributor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's that. I mean, I guess there's a lot of people out there who, like, I didn't even buy the last AEW pay-per-view. Like, when it came time for, like, the wrestles to happen, like, at scale, it's like, okay, here's the big AEW pay-per-view. And, like, and I was like, you know what? I'll pass. No thanks, and I have never, up until that point, skipped an AEW pay-per-view. Like, since that company launched, I had bought every one of their pay-per-views, and it's not like they have a shit ton of them. They do 4 of them a year. I had bought all their pay-per-views, I enjoyed all their pay-per-views, but I had reached this point where it's just like, there was enough, like, absolute dog shit going on backstage and stuff with, like, how they, like, book women that bother me, and I was just like, I fucking can't. And so, like, I guess I bring this to y'all, like, how do y'all like things? This is not meant to be I do not mean that as like a, like, I'm not trying to be like twee with this question. Like,
I know. But I'm not sure. I like things because they're enjoyable to me, right? But I think you might be asking a slightly different question. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But, like, how do you like things in spite of, like, the terrible things that happen around them, right? Does it sound like...
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously you like things, Bran. You like collectible card games. You like wrestling. You like grappling. You like the stories and, like, the theatrics. And, like, that's cool. That makes sense. The problem is that there's a lot of terrible shit that happens around it that, like, sours the taste of those experiences. For the most part, and obviously it's a lot of work and probably requires a bigger chunk of my free time than I enjoy. But, like, usually what happens is that if something bad happens that doesn't align with my personal values, I stop supporting them. And some of those things are difficult. Like, I don't know if there is a big scandal with Pokemon, but, like, for example, I got to a point, there was a day where I decided Pokemon was no longer doing the things that I wanted. It was no longer serving me. And so, like, I decided that I'm going to do less with Pokemon. I'm going to give them less money whenever, like, they seem to ask for it. I'm going to try to find alternatives that align more with the things that I care about. And it's not easy, and I'm not done, but I'm going to keep doing it until it is. That's my personal position. And, sometimes it's, like, tedious and annoying and terrible. But, like, I've personally decided that it's important, so I'm going to keep doing it. It's not a perfect system. It's probably not even one that I'd really recommend to people. If there's a better way, please tell me. But, like, in the meantime, I've been doing this. That's a lot of what's been going on with, like, how I decide to interact with video games.
So, like, and that's another thing that I've thought about is, like, because there was a period of time where I was not interacting with, like, say, Hearthstone at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I can't interact with Activision Blizzard products because of the systems of abuse that they represent.
Mm-hmm.
But then I sat around thinking about just like the systems of abuse that are pervasive in the industry at large, and I'm like, do I need to sit here and like weigh every purchase? And I'm like, and who's to like? So, for example, like there's this thing that Nintendo does where they hire contractors for 11-month periods, so they don't have to provide them benefits because they're not
full-time
employed.
employees.
They're not full-time employees for at least a year, and then at 11 months they do not renew their contracts because they're contractors, and then they let these people like sit out in the wilderness for 3 months on unemployment, and then they give them another 11-month contract. And I'm like, that is an incredibly shitty practice. It is contrary to like all of my ethics. And I'm like, does that mean I don't buy Nintendo products anymore? I'm like, how do I draw the lines? Where are the lines? And so it's just, I don't know. Like this is where I've been recently, and this is really like, and like Devolver's, like Devolver Digital, it like I have this whole issue with like the way that they interact with like independent developers, and that really honestly, like at this point, like if you're an indie developer and you're looking to get like it's very hard to make it as an independent developer. You can like the game that we gave Game of the Year to last year literally sold like fucking like at the time that we interviewed the developer, they had sold less than 3 dozen copies on Steam. Like that is disgusting because like these large stores have these terrible systems of discovery and these terrible systems of surfacing games to people. And so what happens is that unless you have like the power of like a large marketing engine behind you, like say $1 billion company, then like your game is not likely going to get serviced unless some kind of like weird miracle happens, like Vampire Survivors. And so like lots of games that are in the indie space need to sell out to Devolver in order for there to be any chance that the game is going to sell at all. But now they've traded in a piece of like what will be their of the pie, like by selling to Devolver. And so like the indie space isn't even like free of fuckery because like you either need to sell to Raw Fury or Devolver in order to like make it. And I don't know. Like, do I sound like some kind of fucking nonce right now? Do I sound like a real shithead? Like,
no.
Okay. So yeah, man. I guess what I'm saying is I haven't played a lot of Demon Thrall. I guess that's my point.
No, I know. I got that. Well, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, man. I get that it's hard. Like, that makes sense to me. That's entirely reasonable. And, but I don't have good news for you at the moment. And I wish I did. I think it's going to be difficult going forward. And honestly, I'm not unconvinced that it hasn't been difficult the whole time. And so, I don't know. I think things are getting a little better. More people that aren't the big guys are making it into a space where they can, like, compete. But it doesn't mean that things will be free of fuckery. And I think that could be cool, honestly, but I don't have a clear idea on how that will be. I don't think the tools exist yet. But I'm going to keep paying attention on the off chance that it shows up so that, maybe we can do something about it. I think that's the best I can do at the moment.
I like anime. I have no advice. Anime's a fucking nightmare as far as like abuses in the industry and shit pay and everything else. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
I got nothing, no feedback, no advice. Just I don't know. Support your local unions, I guess, because I feel like that'll fix a lot of stuff, but getting those things started is a bitch, so.
Yeah.
I think at this point, honestly, genuinely, with my entire being, I think unions are the best way out of the fuckery that's currently going on. No advice on how to do anything about that or go about starting one. I mean, like, there isn't
a simple, easy process to like do it that like they've been hiding from us or whatever, you know? Like,
right, exactly.
But I don't know. Like, I mean, about video games, but also, you know, just kind of the world at large. I just think there aren't any quick fixes. And that doesn't mean that, like, you know, we can't do anything. It means we have to do the hard shit. And that sucks. But nothing's going to change by, like, just us accepting that it sucks. Like, we have to actually do it.
Yeah, I think step one is willingly and openly acknowledging that it sucks.
Yeah.
And step two is talking to the people who it is sucking for and figuring out how to best assist them.
Yeah. Because, like, another thing about this is that I'm thoroughly unconvinced that, like, the same way there aren't any quick fixes, like, these weren't quick failures, right? Like, these have been large-standing, systematic failures put into effect by direct and indirect actions over dozens of years by literally thousands, if not millions of people. And so, like, undoing those things may require a similar amount of effort. And it's dumb that we have to do it, because we can see that it is a mistake, and it definitely looks clear to us now, but it probably wasn't clear to them then. And so, like, reacting to that situation is gonna have to be a careful, nuanced, extremely tedious and difficult thing. And none of that is good news. I know that. But, like, it's the closest thing I have to the truth, as far as I know.
I think the good news is it's probably fixable.
Probably, yeah. Just gonna take fucking 30 years or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's not fixable. I think we could see, like, a better video game industry in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes you feel better.
That could be nice.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah. That would be good. I would be into that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, how's Demon Throttle going, Rocky?
It's cool, man. It's a very, like, neat little small game. There are 4 levels, with 4 secret stages, 1 per level or whatever. You can play couch co-op. You can control both characters yourself. It's a top-down shoot 'em up. It's very simple in concept. It's a little difficult because you have 5 health and everything else pretty much has more. The writing's pretty good. It's very silly. I got to the final boss on, like, one of these streams a couple weeks ago. Where you get to the demon who, like, kissed the gunslinger's wife or something, and he's just sitting on the throne with his dick out, and it's huge. And, like, you gotta shoot at him. The vampire lady makes him cross his legs to obscure his dick. And then you have to shoot his legs so that they open, and then you shoot at his dick until he dies. As far as I know, there aren't any other phases, but I could be wrong. I haven't shot him off the chair yet. But that's a thing that you can do in this video game. It's completely censored, which is why it's allowed to be T for teen instead of, like, M or AO or whatever. But that's some shit that's going on. Otherwise,
it's such a big dick.
It
is so big.
It's so big. It's so weird. Like, but the shooting is good. And I've played it, like, in handheld, and, like, I've played it, like, on my dock, and docked on my TV, or on my computer through, like, the capture card or whatever. And, like, it feels solid. I've gotten, like, very clean, like, 60-frame gameplay out of it, and that feels good. I think it's a very nice, little, polished video game. It's a shame that they had to sell out to Devolver Digital. But otherwise, I hope that the success of this game, like, people talking positively about it, may contribute to other people taking those chances and maybe feeling like that they could do it without Devolver. But who knows? We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
I do want to stress, though, that not every game needs to have a giant dick on screen.
Most don't, Tinks!
I want people to know that that's an option, though. Like,
Yeah.
If you're worried about it,
Sure.
you don't need the biggest penis I've ever seen on screen.
If you want to talk about necessary bullet points versus optional bullet points,
this is an optional bullet point.
Yeah.
Fun, witty banter should be a necessary bullet point.
Mm-hmm. No, that's an optional bullet point too.
For a game like this, I feel like it should be necessary.
Well, no, I'm just saying, you want fun, witty banter and fucking Tetris? You know, like, so, like...
if Tetris had people in it that weren't just other people also playing Tetris, yes, I would say fun, witty banter was mandatory.
But the thumbnails
like
don't need to have, like...
banter.
They don't need to have googly eyes and talking shit, right? Like, the T block doesn't need to say anything to anybody, right?
Right, yeah, that's true. That's fine. Nobody has to talk to anybody in Tetris, but if you're talking to people, I want the banner to be fun and witty.
I wish Flowstone Saga had funny, witty banner, but, like, it kind of doesn't. It's a huge bummer.
I want to yell about fun, witty banter now. I'm just I'm worthless today. Like, I'm just like,
what?
I'm like the fucking worst Muppet. I'm like, hey everybody, I'm a Muppet. I hate
Brian
everything.
Cartwright, stop talking trash about my friend, okay? I don't need it. I don't.
I also would like you to stop talking trash about my friend, unless it is in the form of fun, witty banter that isn't actually speaking me. Then it's okay.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about fun, witty banter here for a second.
Sure, let's do it.
The problem with fun, witty banter is that right now we have a generation of writers who all grew up on fucking Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so every one of them thinks that fun and witty banter sounds like Joss Whedon wrote it, and I hate it, and it makes my teeth hurt. The problem exists in video games, it exists in television, it exists in film. You know, like, where people like all of the characters sound the same. Like, they don't actually sound like they have distinct personalities. Like, one of the great tragedies of media is, like, somehow before, like, Marvel had created a unified style book, and they were still making things that, like, felt like individually unique films. They're like, hey, we got a great idea. You know, we made an Iron Man movie, we made a Thor movie, we made a Captain America movie. Now let's all put them together for this here first Avengers film. Who are we going to get to direct this thing? Well, I know, sir. Why don't we bring in Joss fucking Whedon? People seem to like him. And they brought in Joss Whedon to direct Avengers, and then Avengers made all of the money ever. Mm-hmm. And so then, like, Marvel's like, well, that cinches that. All of these characters are just going to talk like each other now. And there will be no distinction whatsoever because they all just talk like a fucking 10th grader wearing a beret. You know, just like, oh, God, that's everything now. Everything.
I mean, okay. It is difficult.
Rocky, please talk.
It's difficult to overestimate the impact of writers like Joss Whedon and Aaron Sorkin. I think.
Oh, God, the other one. Thank you for invoking the other one. Jesus fucking Christ.
You're welcome.
The Sorkin speech. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to overestimate their impact, especially on popular media. But, like, I feel like there's enough people that, you know, are generally underserved, but are becoming more served as time goes on. At least that's my personal experience. That, like, venerate the people that made Gilmore Girls in the same space. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're...
God, fucking Gilmore Girls.
If you're mad at Gilmore Girls, that's fine. We can have a different conversation. But what I'm saying is that, like, I know there's a lot of people that, like, have claimed that voice and they believe that this is what's, like, witty and, like, interesting or whatever. And so, like, this, again, the simple thing that we can do every day to make that less of a problem is to give them less attention, right? Like, you know, because especially, like, on the internet, like, the internet does not discriminate between, like, devotion and, like, outrage. Like, they're equally valuable in their eyes, and so, like, just don't talk about them anymore. Do not contribute to their conversations, and, like, focus on the things that are going well. Like, I think there are a lot of new, interesting voices that are finally getting their time in the sun, and I feel like we should talk more about them. And I agree that, like, you know, if you're trying to absorb everything, you're going to go through a lot more trash because there's just a lot more trash that's just making it to people these days. That's just that's one of the virtues of how communicative this world is now. And so, like, sifting through it needs to be a tool that we actively cultivate. And sometimes there will be mistakes because, again, that's not a thing that we or honestly anyone before has had to do before. But it's important to find the good things that still exist in the world now. Like, you're not going to happen upon them so easily. Like, people aren't going to bring you the good and brilliant thing when they can just give you trash instead. And that sucks. But, like, there's not much else we can do. We have to adapt to the situation.
I'm learning so much today. And mostly the thing that I'm learning is I don't know anything about the kind of media landscape that people think I grew up in.
Tegan, tell us about this media landscape that you grew
I don't
up
know
in.
who Joss Whedon is.
Joss Whedon.
First of all.
So Joss Whedon...
I don't know who that is. Stop. Hang on.
Okay.
I have to I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I've never seen an episode of Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about the Golden Girls.
Golden Girls, there's also...
And so I had to Google what the Gilmore Girls were.
Okay.
This is what I get for not being allowed to watch TV as a child. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, to be fair...
I should be in charge of the media. Because obviously no one knows what they want. And I don't have a way to appeal to anybody. I have no relatable content to offer. Ergo, I am perfect. God, what on earth?
That's so good.
So who's Joss Whedon? Why am I not supposed to like him?
So Joss Whedon was the principal writer of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But
which is a TV show I should have seen.
Maybe so. But
okay.
He was also, man, what other? There's little stuff that he did before he ended up getting the Avengers. I'm gonna go through.
Firefly is the one that is the most pervasively terrible.
That's true. Teagues, have you heard of or seen Firefly?
I have heard of Firefly. I have not seen Firefly.
Okay. All right.
I only know about Firefly because of Doctor Who.
That's fair.
I'm going to take a few seconds just to have a little bit of a Firefly speech.
Mm-hmm.
Yee.
Okay. Firefly is if some asshole had seen Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And was like, well, what if I did this, but instead I made the central character, no shit, an analog for a Confederate soldier?
That's literally true, actually.
Huh?
Yeah, no, the main character of Firefly is an analog for the Confederate.
Right, it's like, what if we made Spike a Confederate soldier?
It's true, 100%. Yeah. Exactly what happened.
Is this like the part of the thing where people are supposed to look at each other and go, wow, I really like the Star Wars Empire. I really like the bad guys.
Right. Yeah.
Am I a bad guy?
No. So, like, Joss Whedon wasn't doing that. Mal, who was, like, the protagonist of Firefly, was absolutely a heroic character. He was not a joke. He was definitely like a scoundrel in some ways, but you were supposed to like him.
Okay, right. He was a lovable scoundrel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And like, on the show, they were the brown coats, and they were like, the brown coats will rise again. And, like, and so then, like,
They seriously said that?
Yes.
Direct quote, actually. People put it on banners and shit, Teagues.
And so then, then the fandom started calling themselves the brown coats?
Correct.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Hey! Uh-oh! Hello?
Yep. Is this thing on? Hello?
Has anyone read a history book? Did we all receive a similar level of education?
And as a bonus, you will never find a show which, like, does more to just calculate the value of, like, femme-presenting people as just being how they make men feel.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
100%, actually. Christina Hendricks and Miranda Bachran were expressly used for that purpose. But there was also the cute girl, the non-sexualized, for the most part, mechanic girl, whatever the fuck her name was.
Oh, you mean her character traits are, sometimes she has a smudge of grease on her face and she's fat. And, like, no, and that, I'm just, and Rocky, this is me speaking from the position of, like, Joss Whedon's shitty writer, is that, like, Kaylee the engineer had the most, like, absolutely paper-thin characterization you could possibly give any fucking character, and her entire characterization is, she's plucky and fat. And that was it. That was it. That's all he could fucking write. That's all he could muster. And, like, one time, in order to be happy, she got to dress in a pretty dress.
That did
I'm
happen.
not even kidding. Like, that was the plot of a whole episode. Kaylee gets to wear a dress. To go to a Southern cotillion.
Yep, it was a Southern cotillion. That fucking ass, bro.
Hello? Hello?
This was a TV show. A TV show with a rampant, annoying fandom. And every character on this show talked like a 10th grader in a beret. Like,
It's
just
true.
like,
Literally
oh,
everybody.
God.
It was kind of wild. I think one of them wasn't like the young doctor dude, didn't he have like a beret in one episode, or am I just imagining that?
You are not imagining it, sir.
Hell
You're
yeah.
not imagining it.
And to be fair, some of the characters didn't talk like 10-year-olds in berets, but they also didn't talk, so.
You're like, I'm the preacher
So your
with
options for dialogue were 10-year-old in a beret or silence?
That's
Yeah.
one. Yeah, they're like, hey, we've got a character who's a black man in his late 50s. He kind of talks once per episode, generally to say yup. You know, like,
correct.
And this show was popular.
It has a very fervent cult fandom.
they are
To the
so
point-
annoying.
Where like I think they did they get 2 seasons, or was it like 1.5?
No, not even that. They got 13 fucking episodes. There we go. It.
They got a half season, and then the show got canceled, and then they yelled for 5 years, and then so Universal gave them a movie.
Yep, and they got a movie, and the movie somehow did well, and so people like looked at like the fact that like Joss Whedon directed a movie that did well at the box office. They're like, well, that's a guy, and plus like at this point like Buffy was this like giant like money machine, and so like people were starting to like you had TV and movies cropping up all over the place that were like cribbing the way these characters interacted with each other, kind of like using it as their template. It's starting to show up in video games, and like what's wild as like people who were like say teenagers at the time that this stuff came out started themselves to be old enough to make things. We got like now like a whole generation of stuff where like this is the default definition of quote witty dialogue, and it's exhausting. There are writers who are about like 5 to 10 years older than these people who think that Aaron Sorkin is the default definition of witty dialogue.
Right.
And like, that is just as exhausting because like the Aaron Sorkin definition of witty dialogue comes with this like sense of like moral smugness. You know, like, hello, sir. Are you familiar with the shit? Do you know why globes are the way they are, sir?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh my God. Like,
that's definitely Sorkinese for sure.
Yes. And then like you had like Gilmore Girls, which decided that the way dialogue must be presented is sold by the pound and try and get as much dialogue in as possible.
That's true.
Like, oh my God. And like whatever, but Gilmore Girls got lauded for its creativity, so there are even some shows that like riffed on that. I remember trying to watch that show Bates Motel, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, are they ever just going to stop fucking talking on this show? Like, they're just like... They talk in their sleep on this show. Like,
they
Jesus.
really do. They be going.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. It's just like, so, like, Tegan, I guess to get back to your original point about, like, whether or not witty dialogue should be a optional or mandatory bullet point, I guess what I would just say is I still think it's optional. Well, I encourage folks who think that they're doing it to decide whether to really, really look inside themselves when they decide, like, yeah, this is fucking witty dialogue. Like, your dialogue does not need to be funny, people. You do not need to, like, we do not need a sensible chuckle on every line. Oh, God. Oh.
Wow. I don't know anything, huh? Really out here. Just being like, what?
You know lots of stuff.
Neato.
There's just so much nonsense
I know
out
lots
there.
of stuff. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. There's a difference between, like, not knowing things and just being like, oh, there's an entire school of drama and thought that just drove right by me. No idea what that's about. Cool.
Sometimes it's really like that.
It was just like that. You just witnessed it.
Teague's House Sumeru.
Glad we're having fun. Huh? House Sumeru? Sumeru is a fucking nightmare.
Okay.
Let me tell you what. The second Archon quest was a time loop. But it was the most annoying time loop in the world. Because it wasn't actually a time loop. We were just asleep the whole time.
Oh my god.
But the time loop lasted literal days. And so we were also starving to death.
Jesus Christ.
In the time loop! You can't starve to death in a time loop!
Yeah, shoot.
But we did. We did. Someone almost died for reals from a disease that they had.
Okay.
And they were replaced in the time loop, in the dream time loop, by a data approximation of who they were. With, like, no personality. It was like talking to Siri.
Right.
It was so bizarre. The cops got called, essentially, the cops got called at the end of every single time loop. And the only way to get out of the time loop was to yell at the cops, who it turns out weren't actually there, so that they would vanish and we could finish the fucking day.
Well, that's convenient.
It was dumb. It was very dumb. I had a lot of fun.
For
sure.
a big pause there. Like, what was one potato, two potato, dumb.
It was dumb. It was, you know what? It was cool. However, the first Archon quest that I had to do for Sumeru, I met the new wallet. He's great. Love him. Can't say his name. God, he's hot, though.
Good for him.
He's got silver hair and abs. They figured out how to give their tiny little skinny man models abs. Very exciting. Thrilled for him. Thrilled for all of the artists who keep drawing Child with, like, abs, even though he doesn't have abs. Love that for you guys. Maybe they'll give him abs in a future update.
Wait, have we not seen Child with his shirt off? Or have we already?
No, we haven't seen Child with his shirt off. It's just because his shirt has, like, it's asymmetrical and, like, not fully buttoned on the bottom, so you can see, like, a little bit of his tummy.
Okay.
He's got no abs under there because he's, like, a regular-ass model. But, like, this guy's got abs. And he gave me like, 1 billion more, and then we're like, yeah, whatever the change is, just keep it. I don't care. And I'm just like, hello.
Oh my god.
Dendro Child, how are you? They have fixed, and this is Sumeru specifically. I don't think I'm not expecting them to go back and, like, re-add this to anywhere else.
Okay.
But they have fixed my main complaint with Liyue, which is that, like, it's multiple levels, you know? There's, like, stuff on the mountaintops and stuff in the, like, mid-range and then stuff, like, very far down on the bottom sort of thing.
Okay.
They fixed the attempt to traverse all of that by including essentially, like, I don't know how to describe them. They're, like, little, like, slingshot points almost, where, like you can, like, zip up to them.
Ah, okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, like, another little point of light will appear, and you can zip over to that also without taking any stamina or, like, doing any climbing. And they put them in a bunch of different spots, so it's really easy to, like, get up and get down really quickly.
Okay.
Without having to, like, teleport somewhere high and then glide somewhere low, or climb up a mountain and then rest for 10 seconds and then climb up another mountain, you know? Like, none of that.
Okay.
Very good.
It's good.
Because we're in a new area, they've introduced a new little Sealy companion it's a current event now, but it'll be over by the time this episode comes out. And it's green, and it's pretty, and I'm gonna get it. I have no doubt. The, like, treasure gathering event thing. Whatever. It's fine. It's easy. That's the point. That's the important part. There are too many dendroculuses. The, like, things that you're supposed to give to the Archon statues to, like, restore their full power and, like, up their, like, healing abilities and stuff. There are too many of those. There's, like, fucking 208 of those bitches. Hate that. I don't want to keep having to find these guys. But it's fine, I guess. It'll do. Dendro's cool. Dendro's my new favorite element. I am absolutely kicking Chung-Yoon off my team, probably. And I'm gonna put a Dendro character on there. I don't know who yet, but Dendro's new favorite.
It's okay, Chung-Yoon, you can come home. It's fine. We'll take
Chung-Yoon, he's good. I keep him, also. Right now, he's still on my team, and I've actually, like, kicked out Yenfei. Huh. And I just put my Dendro Traveler on there. Mm-hmm. Because I like Dendro more. Dendro works with my main team comp very well, because I have Hydro and Electro on there. And it's just good. It's just a good match! With, like, the new elemental reactions. I am kicking ass and taking names. I feel so powerful. I started playing with Dendro and I went, oh, this shit's broken. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have never in my life picked up a kit and been like, oh, I'm doing too well. This is broken. Like, I've never had that experience before. And this time I picked it up and I'm like, oh, I'm strong now.
Oh my god. We gotta get you to play, like, some of the older 2Ks with, like, Michael Jordan in it.
Oh, yeah?
Because that was absolutely overtuned. Like, holy shit. But
really?
Yeah. It's Michael Jordan, so it's fun. Mm-hmm. But, like, you know, you end up playing against 96 Bulls online, and it's like, okay, this is kind of bullshit. But, you know, whatever.
Gotcha. Fair enough. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Sumeru is pretty. Sumeru is so pretty. Everybody desperately needs a tan. Minimum. It's really like a town full of white people. It really is.
That's weird.
Like, all the NPCs, too. Like, so many of the NPCs. Also, everyone is thirsty. So there's new, like, treasure hoarders.
Sure.
They're not called treasure hoarders. They're called Crimson something. Crimson Thieves?
Sure.
Something like that. Anyway. They wear these, like, bandanas over their eyes, so they're all, like, Lee Sin the Blind Monk.
Oh my god.
But they all kick ass. They're so cool. They've got, like, big polearm spears instead of, like, lame shovels. And they all of them use elemental abilities instead of just, like, the 2 guys who throw potion bottles, you know? Mm-hmm. And there's one girl who has, like, 2... She's essentially got dual blades, right?
Okay.
She's an NPC with dual blades.
Okay. I'm listening.
And she does these really cool, like, dance moves to attack you, and also uses Hydro. She's so cool. Everybody loves her.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen more fan art of her than any of the new playable characters. Everybody loves her. She's great. So good. God. I'm having fun. We've already seen, like, the update plan for, like, the rest of the year, essentially. And they did say that the full Sumeru, like, loadout is going to come in waves, like what they did with, Inazuma.
Right.
As opposed to what they did with Liyue, where they just dumped it all at once. And the next wave comes out, like, end of September, beginning of October. Mm-hmm. And it's gonna, they're gonna send us into, like, the desert proper. Right now we're in, like, this cool, like, rainforesty kind of area, which is very neat. And also Koroks are canon now in Genshin Impact, so I have to figure out where fucking Genshin Impact is on the Zelda timeline. But, I think we're going into the desert next, and that'll be really cool. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, Koroks are canon. Also, it's been so long that I forgot to mention that. They're like tiny mushroom people, though, instead of little trees. They're just little mushrooms. They all have different, like, mushroom hats. And there's, like, fucking, like 300 of them or something hidden around the map, and you have to collect them all to unlock a thing.
Oh god.
And I don't even know what I have to unlock, but you know me. I gotta talk to all the little mushroom friends.
Not all of them, because there might be like a billion
All
of them.
There's like, someone's already made a map. Someone already did it.
Okay, then that's fine then.
So like, there's a map I'm gonna be able to check off as I go at least, but like, there are so many, it's nuts. And also, apparently, so you know how I was freaking out because there was that big robot on the map?
Mm-hmm.
It moves.
Oh. Neat. It moves?
It moves. As part of a quest, it moves. You can get inside it and pilot it for a little bit.
Oh god. Can you,
So not only does it move, it works. It works. That thing works.
Teagues, can you throw a punch with the mech?
You do throw a punch with the mech. Actually, I think you swat somebody with the mech. I think that's what happens in, like, the cutscene.
God, I need to edit that, but with the audio where it's like, you can't parry that shit, dumbass!
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, man. We'll make it happen.
When I get to that part, I will screen record it in my Twitch setup thing, and I will just send it to you.
Hell yeah.
It'll be very good. Oh my god, it's so big. I like Sumeru, it's nuts. We got like a thing. Mm-hmm. Akasha is what they call it. It's just like one headphone. It's like one earbud.
Okay.
But it lets you access the entirety of Sumeru's knowledge, like the whole thing. But it's not just like, it's not like Google or whatever, you know, or like a library, like database or whatever. Okay. It's like everybody's brain also.
Oh, yeah, okay. So it's just like a neural net. Jesus. Terrifying.
It's a neural net and it's Google, and that's how we got stuck in the dream.
I hate neural nets. Honestly, they freak me out. Like, not as much as snipers, but like, definitely top 5 thing. Fuck neural nets, man.
What do you think Sword Art Online was?
I know, that's a little different because you interface with a server that bounces back out. Like, if we're talking about, like, unmitigated, like, person-to-person connections forever, I don't want that. Like, a centralized thing means that you can, like, essentially, you have the option to, like, log out of, like, the server. Or, you know, if you want to decide that thing's not real anymore, you can smash the server and everyone's disconnected. But, like, if everyone's just connected to each other forever as, like, a rule, like, if the whole world's just fucking Kisniver, I can't deal. I'm not...
Yeah, the whole world is Kisniver. But also, like, we could take it off, and then we're just not part of the thing. But it was like the first... We got into the Capitol, and they were like, oh, you don't have a thing. Here you go. Have a thing. This is what it's like. And, like, it just deposits information in your brain.
No,
like,
thank you.
It's not like, you ask it... It'd be like asking Google a question, and then Google just puts the information in your head. And then it feels like you're remembering the information, not like you're learning the information. Isn't that freaky?
Yeah.
Isn't that so freaky?
I hate that a lot, Tegan Somerset. There are a few things I hate
fine,
more.
Apparently.
It's fine? There's no way that's fine!
No, fine.
It's totally fine. Everyone is doing it.
I hate it here.
Oh, God.
The entire country is doing it. Also... all the Crimson Bandits, they're also doing it.
Yeah, sure. Of course. They have to be.
And just everybody's got one. It's cool.
Tegan, I need you to find this server and break it. I know there's a server. Because that's what the earbuds are for. But, like, if you can find the thing, just break it, please. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
So, when I was in... Oh, here's the thing. When I was in the dream, I walked out past... They had your character as, like, part of the plot. You, like, walk out past the dream that you're in. You, like, leave the city. You sneak out of the city, essentially. Okay. And you just walk into other areas that are less populated because other dreams are going on. And, like, but they're not dreams because no one in Subaru dreams. And I walked, apparently, to the very end of all of these dreams, and there were just a bunch of people walking around aimlessly, like, what are we supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are we going? Like, Oh, wild. But also, apparently, this neural network is actually connected to a giant tree that exists underground in the core of the country.
So
it's not entirely clear.
So it's like Yggdrasil. We just burned down the tree.
Yeah, it's like
an elder.
Yeah, it's like Yggdrasil. But also it's underground, and the tree wants to die, but we can't kill it because if we do, we'll kill Sumeru. Also, maybe. And also, there are academics, and what they do is they get really, really high, essentially, and then they meditate and try to magically connect themselves to the tree.
God, I wonder how mad Hoyoverse was when, like, they actually figured out what Elden Ring was about. Like, how angry do you think they were?
Oh my god. Was Elden Ring released in China?
Ooh, I don't think so. Fuck. How do I find this information? Brian, how do I find this information?
Shit. Fuck.
Released in China. I'm asking Google. It's not going to deposit in my brain. I'll be able to read it with my eyes, but, like, holy shit.
Amazing. I can't believe you have to read it with your eyes.
Okay, there was a Chinese language release. There's a Chinese version of Elden Ring listed in Play Asia, so I'm assuming yes, but you can't stream it in China.
Okay.
Yeah, it was released in China. You can stream it. Wait, hold on.
Amazing.
It was banned by April? Oh no, just streaming. That's the thing. Yeah, my bad.
Hilarious.
Oh.
So also in this time though, actually, MiHoYo has been busy stealing their own stuff. They made another game called Tower of Fantasy, and it's just Genshin Impact, but instead of like magic, it's tech.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's the same.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
except you have to climb a tower or something.
I mean, that seems like a recapture thing. Like they're just like, oh, this looks like fantasy nonsense. I'm not going to touch it. It's like, ooh, this is like this is a technological masterpiece. And then, like, you know,
this is a tech fantasy game, so obviously it's superior or something.
Yeah, then they just buy the same game.
But yeah, it's also a gacha game. It's also like, you know, the same thing. It's the same game. It's just different.
It's a different
instead
flavor.
of like, yeah, and instead of being stuck with like the main character or whatever, you do get to do like character creation.
Okay.
For your like main person, but someone has taken it upon themselves to just show you how to make every single Genshin Impact character using the character creator, so you can just play as your favorite Genshin Impact character. God.
Jesus.
It's so funny. I haven't played it yet because I only have time for one time sync game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely still going to be Genshin Impact. I know too much lore to back out now. Also, I haven't even gotten to meet the Fatui. And they're all hot or something.
Yeah, that's how.
Apparently.
Queer-coded hot. Let's go it.
I
Most
just
of them probably
want to
gay.
meet... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Most of them probably gay. I just want to meet the one girl with the angel wings in her hair. That's the one I want. I hope I can play as her. That would be nice.
I mean, I feel that.
But yeah, that's how Genshin Impact has been. Great. The same. But yeah, I like it. Okay, I like it, Picasso.
Yeah, I like it, Picasso.
Okay, I like it, Picasso. But yeah, that's that. Oh, I also picked up. I don't have a report today.
Mm-hmm.
But I did pick up 2 new games.
Okay.
I picked up Omori.
Ooh, okay. I've been waiting for you to play that, actually.
Yeah, well, here's what happened. I will tell you exactly how I decided to pick up Omori. Spotify surfaced for me in one of my Discover Weeklies a song called... What's it called? Let me look. I should have pulled this up first. I'm stupid. There Was Something Behind You by Shudder.
Right.
Which is a song. It's a Vocaloid song. Sung by Kagami Len, which is my favorite Vocaloid. But it's an Omori fan song. So it's about Omori, but it was sung by Len, and it was like, oh, you like Vocaloid? Here, this. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. What the fuck is this? That sounds neat. And so I typed it into YouTube, and YouTube was like, Omori fan song, here you go. And I was like, what the fuck is this, actually? And then when I was picking up Splatoon, I was like, do you have a copy of Omori? And they were like, yeah, we have one copy for PlayStation left. And I was like, okay, I would like it, please.
Oh, yeah.
So I picked up that. And also we picked up a copy of Steel Rising, which is a Souls-like, but it's set in France, and you are an automaton. And that's what we know. And I'll be watching Alex play that. Alex plays all the Dark Souls games, so he'll be able to tell me if it's any good or not.
He do be Dark Souls.
Looking at, like, the videos for it, I expect him to play the entire game in, like, 2 days, maybe. Maybe. But I think I think the lore will be very interesting. So I think he'll like the lore, but I don't know how much, like, I don't think it'll have the same, like, replay value that Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 have for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we still have to get that Pinocchio Souls-like game that's coming out. Whenever that happens.
Oh, yeah, Life of P, right?
Yeah. Or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually interested in Life of P.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool. And, like, it does look like the good Bloodborne stuff. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious. I think I'm actually going to take the plunge on Soul Hackers 2.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because, like, I've heard good things about it even before its release. And, like, the people that, like, really dig SMT seem to really like it. And it actually seems to have stronger writing than some of the other ones. But the thing is, I'm seeing already that it's starting to bomb in Japan. And so, like, I don't know why. And so I wanna, like, you know, conduct my own investigation. So I think I'm gonna fuck around with it. Like, I'll probably get Alan to play it with me. But we'll see. Like, cause it's one of those things where, like, if it's just, like, pure difficulty, if it's just, like, a slog, that makes sense. If it's a slog that means something, that's extremely my shit. And if it's a slog that, you know, means nothing, or if it's somehow, like tough in some other way, I'll figure that out. Mm-hmm. But I want to know, I think, personally. So I'm going to spend some time with it.
That's fair.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why is there so much Pinocchio stuff right now?
Ooh, actually, I want to check. I don't have a direct answer, but I do have some theories. One theory is that it's possible that, like, Pinocchio as the story is, like, hitting the public domain, but I don't know the dates, which is what I'm looking into right now.
It is definitely already there.
It's been there since 1940.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. 1940, 80 years? What if Disney's hold on it is, like, lapsed? Because, you know, Disney definitely made the Pinocchio movie, and then, like, they changed the laws in certain places where, like, they're the only ones that can touch this, like, version of the thing, and which includes the name based on their patent or something that lasts a long time.
Right. So, like, and so this is why you can make a Pinocchio, but you can't make, like, Pinocchio that dresses like Disney's Pinocchio and sings songs about how he's got no strings that hold him up, like.
Right.
So you can So you can make Pinocchio, you just can't make Disney's Pinocchio. You can't give him some little fucking, you know, cricket who walks around in a top hat and it's like, hey everybody, I'm the conscience. Mm-hmm. You know, like you're like that's off the table. But you can make a Pinocchio. And so, like, of all things, like, Disney decided to revisit Pinocchio this year and make some, like, terrible nightmare live-action Pinocchio where, like, Tom Hanks is Geppetto.
Isn't Guillermo
del Toro, yeah.
Yeah, isn't he directing it?
One of them.
That is an entirely different Pinocchio movie, Tegan.
That's a different Pinocchio
That
movie?
is
Three Pinocchio movies set to come out this year.
Why are there so many Pinocchio movies?
That's
I thought
literally
we were going to get a horror
that is
Pinocchio
literally my
movie from
fucking
Disney.
question.
Brian's question, he did say that.
Right, you know, because you've got all these Pinocchio movies, plus you got this Pinocchio game. So that was Brian's question. Why the Pinocchio? Why so much Pinocchio? And like, I don't think there's anything like necessarily in the zeitgeist. Like, I don't see people crying out for more Pinocchio. Like, I don't. There's nothing about like the story's themes that I think are particularly relevant right now. Like, I mean, are there a bunch of people who don't feel real and are craving to feel that way?
Actually, yes.
Actually, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ! There
You
we go.
said it out loud. That's so good. I love that a lot. Are there people that don't feel real and crave to feel that way? Let's fucking go, Cartwright.
All right, there it is. Welcome to our show. We have the tech to solve art. Fuck.
I mean, to be fair, so, like, yeah, there's that. But also, isn't it that, like, Pinocchio can't lie, right?
Right.
When he lies, his nose gets really long, and then he has to, like, say the truth, and it shrinks, and aren't people tired of being lied to in very obvious ways, and then not having the people who are doing the lying correcting themselves the way that they're supposed to?
Damn, maybe someone cracked the code.
Is that also a thing that's going on? Looking at every single politician? And also company leaders? And also the billionaire class? Like, you know.
Oh my God.
When does the French Revolution come back into style? Is that soon?
2045, probably. There are ways they could be faster, but that's my guess. Fun
I don't
part.
know if I'm gonna look good in a corset dress in another 20 years.
The cool thing is that when people, well, one, Teeks, we have the technology, but two, like, if, you know, since we'll be immortal by 2036, we'll still have the guillotines. We'll just be separating people from their bodies, which is a new type of horror, instead of them just being dead.
Okay. I see.
Oh, man. Tom Hanks is Geppetto, though. What's that about?
I thought Tom Hanks, Geppetto, and Mr. Totoro movie were the same movie.
You said Mr. Totoro?
Yeah, I did. I did say Mr. Totoro. Isn't that the girl who... there was a spooky movie that I think he directed, and there was a little girl, and she couldn't say his name, and so he gave her permission to call him Totoro. Because she couldn't say his name because she was Japanese, and she was like, it's hard, and he was like, it's okay. You can call me Totoro. It was cute! I don't know what movie it was. It was a spooky one, though. I thought Disney was doing a horror movie. I was like, wow, this sure is a different take on that. Wow, I'm dumb. I didn't know they were different movies. I did see the trailer for the new Ariel, though. I'm very excited about that one. The new Little Mermaid, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I see that white people have already been activated on the internet due to the trailer.
Okay, I'm white people on the internet, and I've been activated, but in a different way. I'm so fucking excited. I'm so excited. When I was, like, a little girl, like, Ariel was my princess. Like, she was a redhead, like me. Perfect, right? That's me. And I think every little girl should get to see themselves as their favorite princess. I think we should redo all of the movies with you know, a different variety of characters as the main character.
Okay.
I think that's fun.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
here's where I'm going to dig into my text messages, because I already sent a thing via text regarding this trailer, which, rather than try and summon the right words again, let me just go find the right words I already said.
That is the joy of text messaging, sometimes.
Okay, here we go. Related to watching the Little Mermaid trailer, I have concerns that I have with all these live-action remakes, which is, quote, but why though? Because their insistence on hewing toward a look on screen that is both simultaneously, quote, realistic and slavishly loyal to the source material. Like, her voice is beautiful, she is beautiful, but she looks like she's dressed in a costume that she got from fucking Spirit Halloween. Establish a new visual aesthetic and let the film be its own thing. So, like, I have no problem with the idea of, like, live-action Little Mermaid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that in the trailer, there are so many moments which are, like, literally just, like, shot for shot the animated film. Like, they're using the animated film like this, like a storyboard.
Right.
There's this beautiful shot in the original animated film where Ariel is, like, she's, like, swimming up this, like, vertical cavern.
It's in the grotto.
It's in the grotto.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's beautiful because of the way animation works, and like in the trailer, that same shot is there, but it's all like dark and drab and looks like total dog shit, and because of the way they're doing the fishies in this movie, you know, like there's this thing that just has like the general flounder shape behind her, but because it's lit for shit, it just looks like Ariel in this Spirit Halloween costume is like swimming along with like a pumpkin from Spirit Halloween behind her. And I'm just like, yeah, no, why don't you just like try and establish your own aesthetic? Like, make your own look. I mean, I think it bothers me, Tegan, because like the look of these films is designed to cater to people like you and I, people who are our age bracket. Like the You, Me, and Rockies are the people who are being courted for this movie, because what Disney is doing is saying, like, oh, okay, we don't think that we can make an animated film that parents will want to take their kids to. We don't think, like, there's this idea now that, like, animation is this thing which is very basic and is bland and is a thing that you hand kids on iPads and is disposable. But like animation doesn't have any depth or weight to it. And so like in order to create something that a parent is going to want to take their kids to, it has to be a live action movie. And in order to do that, because every company is now incredibly risk averse, it has to be attached to an IP which already exists. And so, like, you have to activate my nostalgia. You have to activate Tegan's nostalgia, like, because there are people in our age bracket who certainly have kids who are the right age to go take to a movie, and so they're hoping that because like the collective us's will want to see this, that will drag a kid to it. And I'm like, man, like you don't fucking get it. Like kids went to see these movies in the first. Like the reason that there is a nostalgic Tegan now, the reason there is a nostalgic Brian now, is because we went to see these movies when we were fucking kids, and like they absolutely like captured our imagination in a way that like holds to our adulthood. Like let kids have that. Do not make kids sit in the theater attached to their parents' memories. Like what the hell is that? Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Like
it's a good TED Talk.
Oh.
I am sad that they're not doing different stuff. Because, like, I think when Disney redid the Cinderella movie, they did a great job. And I do wish that they would do more of that. I'm not upset with the Ariel design, though, because I think her fin looks amazing. I love the iridescence. I love the top little sail fins that, like, ripple when she moves on the back. I love the way that she's actually got, like, 4 little fishy fins on the bottom instead of just the 2 like floppy pieces of kelp from the animated movie. But I do wish they were doing more, if that makes sense. But I am also excited that a bunch of little girls are gonna get to see her as a princess, you know? And one that maybe looks like them. The way I got to see her as a princess that looked like me. You know?
I'll put it this way. I hope it's fine. But something I hate, all caps hate, is that because the internet is populated by like idiot racists, I we're definitely in a space where I think that if I were to go like share the concerns that I just laid out online, somebody would be like, yeah, you just don't want to see representation. Like someone would try and we every conversation now is like this reductivist dog shit, and so like I don't think I could talk about Disney catering to nostalgia, Disney not trusting audiences, Disney thinking animation is bad in like a public space, because someone is going to think that what I'm trying to do is like hide racism. I'm like, have you met racists? Racists aren't shy. Like racists will announce very loudly, like, hello, I am a racist. Also, the racist stuff around this Little Mermaid movie has been especially hilarious because the racists have also identified themselves as people who are incapable of reading. The number of fucking stupid racist Twitter posts who are like, why did they cast, like Halle Berry as Little Mermaid? She's nearly 60 years old. And I'm like, you're amazing, racist. You're amazing. Like, number one, obviously, you didn't even watch the trailer. Number two, you're incapable of, like, what you did was you pulled up IMDb and then you saw, like, a name and you are fundamentally incapable of fucking reading. Jesus Christ. Like, it's Bailey, not Barry, you morons. Jesus. Ugh. These fucking people.
Well, yeah. Terrible.
I don't really think about the dude who's played Eric in this thing.
I'm just glad it's not Harry Styles.
Who's playing Eric?
Some dude named Jonah Howard King.
Sure.
I don't even think I've seen a picture. I'm now finding a picture.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
he just looks like Eric.
He looks like Prince Eric. So, like, I think they did what they were supposed to.
He just looks like Prince Eric. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, look, this guy's a fucking haircut. Just look at him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
I mean, I guess what I'm saying is that, like, I don't know of any body of work that would suggest that this guy should have this. Like, what has he done? All right, he's a British actor. He has previously been in This Is the Night, The Song of Names. Okay, so, alright, like, this guy's just cast because he looks like fucking cartoon Eric. Like, he is, yeah. Don't know how I feel about Melissa McCarthy, though. Like, I'm not crazy about that casting decision.
I don't have any opinion on Melissa McCarthy. I don't actually know who she is. I'm looking at her picture. I have no idea who this is. I know who Daveed Diggs is, though.
True enough.
That's gonna be exciting.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be a fine picture.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be good. I wish they were doing more like what they did with the 2015 Cinderella, though.
Oh, well, yeah. But like...
Because they did do Cinderella, but better. You know, not as good as the Rodgers and Hammerstein one. You know the one I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Like, it's not as good as that one, but it was very good. The Rodgers and Hammerstein one was so good.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had a stroke. How do you get from Buddy Hackett to Aquafina? What the fuck? All right, you know the diving bird? Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. The bird who I guess, like, tells Ariel what shit is and he gets it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Do you not know his name?
Scuttle.
Yeah.
Okay. He was portrayed in the original film by Buddy Hackett, who has like this dipshit quality and like has conveyed that like throughout if you were looking for like good dipshits in cinema, like the Scuttle is going to be portrayed in this film by Awkwafina.
I don't know. Awkwafina is a water bottle company?
She's a comedian that has been getting work with Disney as an actress, but she's mostly popular for like basically speaking with what is it called, audio blackface or whatever it is. But basically, she uses like AAVE in like her like professional speech, or like when she's doing comedy. But like otherwise, she just talks like a person. So it's kind of gross.
That kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how you go from like Buddy Hackett, one of the cinema's great dipshits, like he was in The Love Bug, he was in all kinds of great movies, like back in the day, and then to Awkwafina. Like that honestly just feels like somebody in some Disney boardroom was like, I love the synergy of this. Let's bring her in on this one too. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure this is a podcast.
I mean, that makes some sense to me. There wasn't a lot of news this week, everybody. I'm so sorry.
I'm not sorry. We did a lot of good introspection, I think, instead.
Yeah, that's true. So everyone, this has been our show. We normally do this bi-weekly or twice a month. Sorry about last week's episode. Life happens. Please understand. But if you're interested, we do have a very deep backlog, and you can find it wherever podcasts are found. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify, but not SoundCloud, because we don't fuck with SoundCloud. We are also on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Brian's on Twitter. Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin.
I'm muzzled. I'm muzzled on Twitter. Muzzled on Twitter.
What did you do? What are you talking about?
I'm muzzled on Twitter. This is just me fighting with Tegan. I'm taking the piss.
Okay. All right.
You're not muzzled. You just have to be very careful.
No, I don't. I'm going to take my fucking dick out on Twitter and I'm going to like it.
Oh, my God.
Okay, no.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. I guess what I'm just saying is that, like, I posted something to Twitter which has the same character and quality of the way I talk on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Tegan was like, no, but the brand. And I was like, we used to say but the brand on the show as a joke.
I mean, we did. Yeah.
Okay, so you can find me on Twitter.
Oh,
I'll be there.
And we also stream on Twitch. I'm usually there on Wednesdays, but I'm on there on other days. I did stream a bit more than usual last week, or I guess 3 weeks ago at this point, because of the Temtem release, and I wanted to like push through it. I probably am further along on stream in that case as well. Shit. But yeah, it's twitch.tv/Impossible Coin. Tegan's there too. I think she might be coming back soon. Who knows? Be nice to her when she comes back. She deserves it. And, what was the other thing? Oh, right! Our music! Our music at the beginning and end of this show are produced by our friend Big Sach. The Kid Brothers Show, the man, the myth, the legend. You can find him on SoundCloud at sourcloud.com/BigSachNJ, or you can drop him a line on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. And our logo was also designed by Lauren Moran. You can find her on Twitter at Lauren Moran. Consider donating to her Patreon, because she always does great shit. We love her to death. But that's us. That's the show.
Yeah. Wait, did we talk about our Patreon?
Oh, Brian, we owe an update. Thank you to the patrons, and we couldn't do it last time because you weren't here. We didn't have a list.
Okay, sure, yes. Yep. Okay, so the list of people here is an accurate reflection of our patrons. Mm-hmm. Also, patrons, you likely noticed that you were not billed for the month of September. We suspended September billing and because of the flux in our scheduling. Hashtag please understand, but also since we knew we were not producing hashtag value, we did not hashtag bill you. Hugs and kisses. We will never fuck on you. We just don't do it. We will never give you runestones, patrons. We'll never do it. But thank you to Tuan Castillo, Oscar Garcia, Big Sach, Joe Spiro, Sighard Albrecht, a.k.a. the premier waifuologist Sig. And you know what? I guess we do need to update this because also giving us money every month is Stuart fucking Templeton.
Hey.
Yeah. Thank you, Stu. So yes, those are the patrons. Thank you. And unless there's any objection from these fine folks I record this podcast with, we will bill in October. We will resume action in October. There will be I think that the wrestling thing is going to rotate out and get replaced by some other content because I don't have the energy for the wrestling content, but I will ensure that you will have content to listen to while you are on the Stairmaster at the gym.
We're also going to be doing another survey at the beginning of October. So keep an eye out for that.
Wait, we are? Wait.
Yeah, we are.
Wait, did I know about this?
You did.
Yes, you did. We were supposed to do it this month, but then we didn't because we missed the first episode of the month. So we're doing it at the beginning of October.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Happy trails.
See ya.
Later.